Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is You Can't Erase the Truth with an Edict. And that's exactly what these devils do. I'm talking about Esau. But yeah, I had this article for years. And recently I've been kind of going through my favorites or bookmarks just to see what I had in there, clearing some stuff up that's obsolete, that no longer exists, and just running across different things. And the other day I ran across this one, and I'm sure I did a lesson on it before. I ran across this one web page that's still up, and I just started doing a little research here and there and just gathering information, just to set up a lesson on it. And a hot potato topic for Esau is Edom. Esau, Edom. Boy, are they trying to just do away with Esau. And if Esau's still around, then it's the Arabs, it's the Nabateans, it's the Arab people, it's this people, it's that people, but not them. Of course not them. So we're going to explore in this lesson, Lord's will. It'll be edifying, some of these lies that they're bringing out, or the main lie that they're bringing out. And if you notice, when you listen to Esau, when you read Esau's information, right, they'll tell you a lie, then they'll keep adding stuff to it. They'll tell you that Esau's done away with, but if you go to this time period, you still had some descendants at this particular time, but then after this particular time, you no longer hear about them anymore. And that's it. Don't question it. The nerve of these devils, right? But I put two of these articles in the description box, so those that want to read some more. What I'm talking about is here, when were Obadiah's prophecies against Edom fulfilled? Obadiah 1:18 through 20. Right, it gives you an answer that said there's two possibilities. One was with King Jehoram when Esau revolted from under the hand of Judah, and the other one was during the Babylonian Empire. Right, so we're gonna focus on the Babylonian Empire because this is when Esau helped, them Babylonians or the Babylonian Empire take Jake down, out of the land of Jerusalem, Israel, so on and so forth. All right, and they helped, and that's one of the reasons why the Most High is going to kick them in the ass. So that's what we're going to focus on. It says, if the latter date is correct, the prophecy of Obadiah regarding Edom's doom is more dramatic. Babylon completed its invasion of Jerusalem under King Nebuchadnezzar in 586 BC. In the 5th century BC, right, a people called the Nabateans defeated the Edomites and forced them from the city of Petra. Now the Nabateans are Ishmaelites, Arabs. Antipater II, Antipater, I'm not sure if it was a second, but Antipater the Idumean, you'll find more, you'll find the information easier that way. Antipater the Idumean, or the Edomite, which was the father of Herod and his brothers and that family line, he married into the Nabateans, took a woman by the name of Cypros. She was of the royalty of Ishmael, and he married her, and then he had children with her, and that's why you had those Edomites looking like Jakes, because the so-called Arabs were brown-skinned people. And then Herod in turn married Miriam, which was a Hasmonean princess, an Israelite, Levite. And pretty much he had children by her, and his children look more and more like Jake. All right, and that's why they're known as the Tares. So when that happened, this is the slickness of Esau. He'll try to put or pin the Edomites on the Nabateans, on those Ishmaelite people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you that that's what they do, and they set the old layout back out on Blue Letter Bible. Now I don't know if the people that don't support them, that's what they did to them, and they just gave them the old way. But that's cool. We cool with that, or what the case is. But I got the old layout from the Blue Letter Bible, which is the original, which was a lot better anyway. But let's go real quick to Esau, right? I just want to show you something real quick for those of you that don't know. Those of you that have been studying know. And come on, man. See, everything was running fine. Now all of a sudden, yeah, just bear with me. This thing is running slow. Well, you know what? Since it ain't coming up, when you look up Esau, it gives you the definition of Esau, which is totally wrong. They say it means hairy. It does not mean hairy. It means wasted away is he. Then it goes down and says that they're the progenitors or the fathers of the, Arab people, which is a goddamn lie. And they got that because of the Nabateans. Yeah, this thing ain't working right now. So fuck them. So this is the people called the Nabateans defeated the Edomites and forced them from the city of Petra. Okay. The interval between production and fulfillment would therefore have been very short. Regardless of the exact date, because Esau, right, they're all about dates and, relics and, archaeological digs and put all this stuff together and, but when it comes to Esau, all of those intricate, calibrations, I guess, for lack of better words, they go out the window. It don't matter what the date is. It don't matter how it happened, but we know that it happened this way. Regardless of the exact date, the predictions against Edom have already been fulfilled. Why? Because Esau says so. And don't you dare question it. All right. It says Edom was removed from its land in the 5th century BC, and there are no survivors of Edom today. Why? Because Esau says so. Although the scriptures, which this fucking thing, man. Let's see if this will come up. Not sure if that's the 4th chapter. Yeah, I guess it's going to be one of those days, huh? It's just one of them days. All right, let's go this route. Because if you go this way, we got you. If you go that way, we got you, okay? And if you try anything else, we're going to drop a dime on you. Inside joke. I don't know if they went up there and told him, but it's 50 cents for a call. That was years ago. Right. Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in them. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of the spirit. So there's no end of all people. The only people that were said that to have an end are the Edomites, but that has not been fulfilled yet. The scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so I want you to follow along regardless of the exact date. Yeah, you know what, go fuck yourself. Regardless of the exact date, the prediction against Edom have already been fulfilled. Edom was removed from its land in the 5th century BC, and there are no survivors of Edom today. Now check out the spin. This fulfilled the prediction of Obadiah 1:18. They shall burn them and consume them, and there shall be no survivor of the house of Esau. Some 1st century leaders, such as Herod the Great, still trace their ancestry to Edom. So how in the hell could Obadiah 1:18 be fulfilled at this time if you still had some remaining Edomites? You see how Esau spins his web? But all mention of Edomites fades after the Jewish wars of that era at the end of the 4th century. Jerome referenced the land of Idumea, Edom, but the people of the region had long since disappeared. Why? Because Esau says so. Now, I'm going to show you why they say that every trace or any trace of Esau disappeared from off the planet. Because they know that they're the Edomites. And they know the future of Esau. So they don't want people to focus on that. Now, what we have here is the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, right? Now, this one here is actually It's actually, let's see, hopefully I didn't lose it. Let me see. All right. This one here is actually worded different than the one that I have, but this is Protocol 16, right? It says, instead of classics and the study of ancient history, which contains more bad examples than good, we will introduce a study of the problems of the future. We will erase from the memory of man the bygone ages, which may be unpleasant to us. Hence, well, Esau was done away with, and there's no mention of them, so that's it. Obadiah was fulfilled. Case closed. Let's move on. No, you can't erase the Most High. You can't erase the truth with an edict. You know, as my man said, Burgess Meredith in Obsolete Man in the Twilight Zone episode, you know. Oh, and by the way, Fallout, the guy, the main individual, he's kind of playing like a Rod Serling type, you know, role in that series to a certain degree. Okay, so he said the bygone ages which may be unpleasant to us. Read that again. We will erase from the memory of man the bygone ages which may be unpleasant to us. And this is why when you try to do research on the Edomites, it only goes up so far from the ancient world. And then when you do research on the Khazars, they only go back to about the 5th century. Anything before that, there's no mention of who the Khazars were, where they came from, and how they got there, and the reason why they did this, that, or the other. So these devils, they control the narrative, like the French philosopher Voltaire said. He says, history is the lie commonly agreed upon. So pretty much that's what they did. You know, they got control of the world. They deceived the world, which was the very first act that they did. And then they set up a curriculum as to what is to be accepted and what is to be left out. And you have gatekeepers, including Jakes out there, that they use to push forward their agenda. You know? Because as they say, money talks, bullshit walks. Let's see what else we got. Which may be unpleasant to us, leaving only such facts as would show the errors of the Gentile governments in marked colors. Subject dealing with questions in particular life, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to kind of read on here if I could find it. Let me see if I can find this one. Yeah, Salaka, this is just, written different from the one that I have. Okay, this is one here. We will abolish every kind of private education. On holidays, students and their parents will have the right to attend meetings. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get to the point. Men's dealings with one another on laws and misunderstandings which are generally the outcome of the false conception of man's social position. And finally, they will give lessons on new philosophical theories which have not yet been revealed to the world. These theories will make into doctrine. These theories we will make into doctrines of faith, using them as a stepping stone to our faith. See? Now, right. By systematical education, we shall take charge of whatever may remain of that independence of thought. And that's what it is, to what? To bridle it so that they can control what goes out. That's why they don't want a nation of thinkers. They want a nation of followers. This is why, they're throwing they're throwing the carrot out there, so to speak, to see what percentage of the world population they can control more than others, and looking to get rid of the ones they can't control so that they can mold and shape the ones that they can control in the operation of their new world, which they really believe they're going to set up. They're going to go so far, of which we have been making full use of for our own ends for some time past. We have already established a system of subduing men's minds by the so-called system of demonstrative education, teaching by sight, which is supposed to make the Gentiles incapable of thinking independently, and so they will. See, and that's what they want. They don't want anybody having independent thought. They want everything to be a curriculum. This is why you have the public food system, like obedient animals, and that's exactly what they are. They are obedient animals, or obedient human animals, in the curriculum of Esau. Await the demonstrations of an idea before they have grasped it. So that's pretty much the main point. Leave it at that. Like I said, this is worded a little different. I put this in the description box. You could read through it if you like. It's different. So going back to this, that they said that Esau and Edom was already destroyed, and although this was fulfilled in the 5th century BC under Nebuchadnezzar, there was still some stragglers, in the 1st century that traced their line back to Esau, but they were done away with, remember. And why? Because we said so. So what I did was I went to, because this is one of the main scriptures that they were bringing out in Amos, right, 1 and 12, which says, "But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra." Right, this is Amos 1 and 12, but also you could deal with Obadiah, which is the main scripture. But I wanted to get this because they're trying to tie this in with Malachi, which Malachi, let's go to Malachi real quick. What's this here? Okay. So as you can see, earlier I was able to pull up scriptures, but now they're not allowing me to. So let's see if this allows me to this time now. Malachi chapter 4. I'm sorry, no, Malachi chapter 1. Oh, it's working. It's working. Like before you had the quick nav, now you can't even quick nav. You got to type it in now. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever." So they're trying to say, well, they were completely destroyed. And that's what this is about here, Amos 1 and 12. Because when we skip through the Cambridge, Pastor Tar, he likes to go to this one. So I kind of skimmed through here, and I went down here to this one here. Edom is mentioned as paying tribute to Raman Nirari III, Tiglath-Pileser III, Sennacherib III, Esarhaddon III, and Ashurbanipal. Afterwards, like its neighbors, it fell under the rule of Nebuchadnezzar. Jeremiah 27 and 3, and send them to the king of Edom, and to the king of Moab, and to the king of Ammonites, and the king of Tyrus. And by the way, the Nabateans conquered the Edomites, the Moabites, and I believe the Ammonites also. During and after the captivity, the Edomites extended their dominions west of the Arabah, and ultimately transferred themselves thither altogether. The latter Idumea being the southern part of Judah. Malachi, right? That's dealing with what we just read. Amos 1, 3 through 4, which they meant to put the 9th and 10th verse, I believe, describe Edom as desolate in his day. Right? Now check this out. Though how it became so, we do not know. But it happened. So it's done. It's finished. Why? Because Esau says so. You know, so you see how they, with them, is conjecture, theories, and, you know, just throwing shit out there and people just accepting it. But then with us, you know, when we, you know, speak about faith and we speak about, you know, we believe certain things through faith and certain things really can't be proven, then they'll be like, well, no, that you don't have any facts. You can't, you know, accept. We don't accept that. Well, we don't accept this bullshit that you're trying to feed us. So it says, and in BC 312, the Nabateans, an Arabian tribe, are found located in Edom. And that's why they try to say that the Arab people are the Edomites, and they're not. Where they maintained themselves for many centuries, the cities of Edom finally fell to ruin after the Mohammedan conquest in the 7th century AD. So pretty much they're saying that that's it. There was no more, you know, and that fulfills prophecy. It's over. So let's read this in Amos real quick, and then, you know, we're going to go and read some other stuff, right? Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord power, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. That's only one of the reasons why the Lord is going to destroy your ass. Excuse me. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Why? Because Jacob, you know, supplanted him for the birthright and supplanted him for the blessing. But I will send the fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Bozrah. So pretty much, according to Esau, according to Esau, the Edomites are done away with. Now, when we go to, matter of fact, before I go there, this is what I typed in. Is the land of Edom still inhabited today? Now listen to what these devils say. The land of Edom, located in southwestern Jordan, which, by the way, Edom, or the land of Edom, Moab, Ammon, those are all today considered Jordan. The state of Jordan, or the country of Jordan, that's all considered, that whole region is pretty much considered Jordan today. When you type in Jordan, you'll see an outline of the state or the country of Jordan, and it encompasses those mainly those 3 parts of, you know, Arabia, but mainly those 3. All right. The land of Edom, located in southwestern Jordan, is no longer inhabited today. Oh, wow. Esau, boy. The Edomites were an ancient kingdom that occupied the area around the 13th century BCE between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba. The Old Testament describes Edom as a neighboring enemy state of Judea located southeast of the Dead Sea. So what I did was I put in, what is the land of Edom called today? The land of Edom is now southwestern Jordan. Okay, this is the land that is called today, because it's part of what they call Jordan today. Between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, the Old Testament describes Edom as an enemy state of Judea. It goes in the same thing, right? It says located southeast of the Dead Sea, where explorers would not find parts of Jordan in Israel. Will now find parts of Jordan in Israel. Okay, so let's move on. Here you have a map. You have the Dead Sea. You have different lands, Idbid, Azarka, Ammon. So now the people of Jordan mostly dwell up in this region up here, which is further north of if you type in where do most people live in Jordan today, they live in these regions here, in this area, right? And then you see the Dead Sea, and south here, that's Al-Karak, Al-Tafila, Ma'an, Al-Aqba. So this right here, from this point down, would be considered Esau's land. Let me show you that. See right here? This is that sea, and this is the region roughly of Esau, where Esau dwelt, and they actually even dwelt further down. All right, so these, as you can see, these cities here are also part of what the land of Esau was. Okay, because remember, we read that they said that the land of Esau is no longer inhabited today. Dig it? All right, let's go. So I typed in, do people live in Al-Karak, Jordan? Right? Let's go back so you can see where Al-Karak is. Al-Karak is the furthest north about the boundary of Esau's land, right? It says, yes, people live in Al-Karak, Jordan. In 2013, the population of the Al-Karak metropolitan area was estimated to be 68,800 people. So almost 69,000 people live in that region, give or take. So what does that mean? That means Esau is a liar, because that is a part of the land of Esau. That is part of the land of Edom. And they say it is no longer inhabited today. But we're finding out different, that you have almost 70,000 people that live in one of those cities, right? So going back to the map, next one here is what? At Tafila. So when we go, I typed in, do people live in At Tafila, Jordan, right? It gives you, is a town, Tafila is a town with a population of 27,559 people. About 28,000 people live where? In southern Georgia. Southern Jordan. All right, which is, a part of Esau's land. So there are people still living there. And as you can see here in this picture, you have communities that are still thriving there. You have houses, you still have houses there built. And that's going to come into play in prophecy. When I show you in the scriptures, that when the Lord destroys Esau's land, which is not talking about Esau's land, it's talking about America, there's not going to be anybody to inhabit it. Nobody, not one person. Now, moving on. Right? Now, let's move on to, let's look at this picture here. You have Petra here, right? Which is between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, right there. Petra, this is one of the main cities that the Nabateans took from Esau. All right. So I typed in, do people live in Petra? Yes, some people live in Petra, Jordan, including Bedouins who live in caves and maintain a traditional nomadic lifestyle. It says, today, Bedouins inhabit the area of Petra. But wait a minute. I thought that they said that the land of Esau was no longer inhabited. The land of Edom, located in southwestern Jordan, is no longer inhabited today. What a bunch of goddamn liars. It says in 1995, UNESCO and the Jordanian government began relocating Bedouins from Petra after it was designated a World Heritage Site. However, some people like Mofle Bedul didn't want to give up their traditional lifestyle. The Bedul tribe still live in the caves just slightly off of the tourist drag, selling drinks and trinkets to tourists and offering camel and donkey rides to help get you around the city faster. So what are we finding out here? Just by fact checking some things that Esau says, that Esau is a goddamn liar. Now check this out. Do people live in Petra? You click on images, and what do you have here? This is these are living quarters of these people that live in this area that Esau says is uninhabited. They got couches, they got tables, they got kitchens, bedrooms, pictures on the wall. But I thought it was uninhabited. Wait a minute. Is that not what Esau said? The land of Edom, located in southwestern Jordan, is no longer inhabited today. What a liar. Now we go back. Right? Matter of fact, let me see if there's any other pictures there. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. This looks like a restaurant where they smoke hookah. People are living there. What the fuck is this devil talking about? Look at that. They even got signs. Starbucks Cave. Ain't that about a bitch? They got a Starbucks out there? Oh my Lord, look at that. Welcome to Starbucks Cave. Oh snap. Come on, man. Look at that. That's furnished. People are living there. We just saw in the other picture that people have homes there. Let's see what else we can glean off of this. This is people still walking through Petra. And these are people that live there. All right, let's see what else we can find. Look at this. It says when that land, when the land of Edom, which is not talking about the actual land of Edom, is talking about America, the other land of Edom, it said that there will be no inhabitants there. But we're finding out through research that Esau is a goddamn liar. All right. And then he have this other individual, which I'm guessing he's a Bedouin, you know, which these are Ishmael, the Bedouins. And they're the ones that found what they call today the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Qumran caves. All right. You have people upon people living in these areas, in these regions. So we're finding out that Esau is a damn liar. Oh, snap. I lost my page. All right, that's okay. We got the main point. But this is actually a land in the region that used to be Esau's land where you have homes. In those other places, certain in Petra, you have them living in caves. I'm sure some of them live in tents. I'm sure you have some, regions where they may have, homes like this. But the point is that there's people still living there. When we go to Isaiah 34:5, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea," which is a Greek way of saying Edom, "and upon the people of my curse to judgment," because the Most High is going to judge Esau. And that's why these scholars even know that Esau is still around today. They know that the scriptures speak about a future judgment that the Lord is going to bring upon the Edomites. So it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with fatness. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats. Why? Because the Lord has a great sacrifice in Basra, which is America. And the word Basra means inaccessible. Inaccessible meaning that it will never be inhabited again. And also inaccessible because the Edomites will not be able to access the mysteries and the secrets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for salvation, because it was never open to them. When you go back into the root word, the last root word of the word Basra, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord had the sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. This place is going to be slaughtered. All right. And they show you in that movie that it's these major corporations that normally destroy the society because of their greed. They drop, bombs, and they drop, they destroy, infrastructures because they're jealous and because they're greedy. It says, "And the unicorn shall come down with them." This right here is not talking about the actual unicorn, because there's no such thing as a unicorn. This is talking about their satellites. Because remember, once Esau goes down, his whole infrastructure is going down. But there are going to be certain weapons, that are going to be around the world, which when the Lord brings us down, Lord, will we be the elect, we're going to go around destroying them with spiritual power, spiritual fire. They're going to be burnt up. There will be no weapons left for these devils to ever start over again. So I don't know what the hell Bishop Nathaniel's talking about. That Esau, once he goes down, serves captivity, they're gonna get back out, and take us back down. What a man. "And the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is a day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." So is the Lord paying Esau back for the wickedness he did, and also to redeem the nation of Israel, So it says, "And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch." Anywhere where there's streams is going to be turned into pitch. America is going to be a scorched land. All of the mountains, all of the hills, all of the buildings, anything that's raised is going to be all leveled out. It's going to be a flat land, barren and desolate, as you read in Jeremiah 50 and 51. "And the dust thereof into brimstone," because that's what's going to destroy this place, the nuclear missiles and the fire from the lasers, from the lasers from the chariots. "And the land thereof shall become burning pitch, because it's going to burn for a long time. You have this big, massive land, 3,000 miles wide, 3,000 miles long, and 2,000 miles wide, roughly. And the land thereof shall become burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched night nor day, because it's going to burn for a long time. And you're not going to be able to put it out. It's going to have to burn out on its own. And so there's no such thing as a so-called lake of fire where you burn forever. The smoke thereof shall go up from generation to generation. Why? Because you got a lot of stuff that's going to burn here. People and material and, natural gas and propane and all different, accelerators, kerosene and all of that. That's going to burn here for a long time. It says, it shall lie what? Waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So that's how we know it's not talking about the ancient land of Esau. It's talking about America, because you still have people that live in the lands that used to be inhabited by the Edomites. All right, you have Al-Karak, At-Tafila, which are also in the land that used to be known as Esau, and you have populations there. We just proved that in this lesson. So Esau is a goddamn liar, man. And everything that this devil do is nothing but a lie. But because he puts up a page like this, and he says that the Edomites are done away with, and that's it, then you can't question it. This is based off of theories, and it's pretty much based off of lies, conjecture, not facts. This is why I said here, let's go to this one. Right here it says that Malachi describes Edom as desolate in his day. Though how it became so, we do not know. But remember, Esau is totally done away with. Why? Because Esau said so, and that's why I said that here. Regardless of the exact date of when this happened, the prediction against Edom have already been fulfilled. Why? Because Esau said so. Remember, we read in the protocols that they're going to erase from society anything that's not, good in their light. They're going to remove that so that they don't wear the shame of this shame. They don't wear the shame of the shame. And that's why the Lord said He will spew shameful spewing on their glory. Matter of fact, let's end with that. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to start at 14 because this is powerful right here. This is very powerful. It says, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Shai as the waters cover the sea. Why? Because the Lord got His prophets out here. He has given Esau the technology of the internet, these different satellites to, broadcast signals across the planet to bring this truth out. Because Yahweh Shai said that once this truth is taught to the four corners of the earth, the end shall come. And that's why the Lord gave Esau that technology for the purpose of, pushing His word out there and His truth out there. And these devils are going to be found to be liars. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also. And that's what Esau does. This is what Revelation 17 is about, Isaiah 50 or 51 is about, where it speaks about, that cup that Esau has that's full of abominations that he's pushing upon the world. Well, you did this. You did this. You caused the world to move in that direction, to push your agenda on them. And you did it by the force of the sword. Because if they didn't take the bribe, if they didn't, work with you, then you find ways to destroy and kill them. And to take what you want anyways. Because you can never be satisfied. You're an insatiable bastard. And you will die. The Lord's going to destroy you goddamn devils after you serve your captivity. Think, that whole series Fallout talking about. Because the vault dwellers, those are the so-called elite. And they want to come out to the surface and teach people how to be peaceful. After they done destroyed every goddamn thing. That thou mayest look on their nakedness. Right, and that's what you do. You make people go off, especially Jake. You look on their nakedness. You laugh, and then you go to the Father and you try to accuse Jake of wicked things that they're doing that you're pushing them to do. Thou art filled with shame for glory, right? Because your glory, which is where you're sitting at right now, the glory seat, it's shameful how you got there. You know, it was a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. But it was shameful how you got there. Drink thou also and let thy foreskin be uncovered, right? Because the Lord is gonna, he going, this is what you reap is what you're gonna sow. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee. So what is the cup of the Lord's right hand? The message that the prophets are bringing out, exposing you. All these lies that you've been pushing for years, and they're exposing you. And then once you're exposed, that's when the destruction is going to come. It says, first is the exposure. Then you have to push your MOTB, which is a micro C hip, and that will turn the wheels of time faster for prophecy. Then World War III, and then Yahushua comes and take you out. And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. It's like you'll have someone that that cheated. You see this, from time to time in sports. You have certain guys that'll put shit in their gloves, because they know they can't beat the other opponent, and they'll bloody him to death and damn near kill him because they put something in their gloves, and they win the fight, right? And then it's given to them, but they just found out that they were wicked, that they got it, cheating. Well, that's how you did. You got your glory by cheating. But you can't cheat the Most High, because He sees right through your ass. So, like I said, if you want, I put this in the description box. Where when was Obadiah's prophecy against Edom fulfilled? I also put this in the description box, the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. For those that are studious, you brothers out there that are studious, and that's pretty much it. As far as these others, all you got to do is just pause the video and just type in, is the land of Edom still inhabited today? Or does the land of Edom called today? If you want to, get more into the study of it, do people live in Al-Karak, Jordan? And why did I post that? Because you have down here in southern Jordan, this is where part of Esau's land. I put these two states or cities, as well as Petra, to see if people still live there. And the answer to that is yes. Yep, ill-gotten gains. That's right. That's right. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time I say shalom. And to water for tuning in, and to water for all the precepts that you brothers put in and the information. Shalom.